republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please.
Calhoun.
Here.
Dempsey. Here. Fournier. Here. Crop.
Here.
McGarity. Rick.
Here.
Yor.
Here.
Move to excuse Commissioner McGarity.
Call the roll, please.
Calhoun.
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crop.
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
Yor.
Yes.
Okay, moving to announcements, acknowledgements, communications, and reports. We'll start with 4A, our train safety proclamation. I do not believe we have anyone here from C-Track's Think Train Week. Do we? No. Okay. Whereas C-Track's Think Train Week is to be held across the U.S. from September 15th to September 21st, 2025. Whereas rail grade crossing collisions resulted in 749 personal injuries and were responsible for 268 fatalities in the United States during 2024. And whereas 1,465 pedestrian trespassing casualties have occurred in the United States, resulting in 821 pedestrians being killed and another 644 injured while trespassing on road property rights of way during 2024. And whereas educating and informing the public about rail safety, reminding the public that railroad right-of-ways are private property, enhancing public awareness of the dangers associated with highway rail grade crossings, ensuring pedestrians and motorists are looking and listening while near railways, and obeying established traffic laws will reduce the number of avoidable fatalities and injuries caused by incidences involving trains and citizens. And whereas the International Association of Chiefs of Police, National Operation Lifesaver, Inc., United States Department of Transportation, and all local, state, county, and railroad law enforcement officers, first responders, and railroad corporation commit to partnering together in an effort to educate at a national level all aspects of railroad safety, to enforce applicable laws in support of National C-Track's Think Train Week. Now therefore I, Laura Kropp, Mayor of the City of Mount Clemens, on behalf of the City Commission, do hereby attest my full support proclaiming September 15th to September 21st, 2025, National C-Track's Think Train Week, and I encourage all citizens to recognize the importance of rail safety education. And I think that is a tongue twister. So, we also have today our state representative, Denise Menser, and she is going to come on up and present to our Recreation Department and our Fire Department.
So we're going to start with the Rec Department.
Wait, you got to go by the microphone.
So we're going to start today with the Recreational Department. I was over at Carnes. I had a nice conversation with our Recreational Director, Carl Hay. He explained that he was hoping to start up a recreational youth football program. And I might have gone out and twisted some arms, and I have some mouth guards I have 50 youth and 30 adult.
Nice.
The dentist, thank you.
The
Parents, thank you. True.
The ER nurse.
All right.
And then we have something for the fire department. It was an anonymous donor. We have a drone. We have a drone for the fire department. They'll be able to use this for search and rescue missions and for inspections. I've given the chief some information on classes, but I'm very happy to present this to the fire department. I think it's going to be a great benefit.
Please, to the microphone though, so that everybody at home can hear you too.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you. I'd like to publicly express my sincere thank you to the state rep for her continued support of the mission of the Mount Clemens Fire Department, and to the anonymous donor, thank you very much. This is certainly a 21st century piece of equipment that's going to help us, as she stated, with search and rescue, and that could be in the water, on the ground. It'll give us a aerial perspective and advantage in incident command, and it could even be used, if we needed it, for a damage assessment during a disaster. So this is the kind of thing that really gives us that operational improvement that we need to continue to deliver excellent fire services here in Mount Clemens. And again, thank you very, very much for everything that you've done for this fire department. We appreciate you immensely. Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
And before we let State Representative Menser go about, even though I know everybody will mention it in commissioner comments, but I want to, on behalf of the entire city commission, thank you for all of the resources that you have brought home to Mount Clemens. I know you know exactly how it feels to have limited resources and sit at these tables, this table, and make really difficult decisions for the residents and the businesses in Mount Clemens. And you have gone to Lansing and fought for us and have delivered, and we really thank you. Oh, yeah. Can we get a picture with the boxes and you guys?
You want me to take it out, fly it around?
Take the picture with the drone
Yeah, there you
while
go.
holding the box.
Right.
You guys smile and wait for this.
Merry
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. Okay, we will move on. Does anyone else at the table have any other announcements, acknowledgements, communications, and reports? Okay, hearing none, we'll go ahead and move on to adoption of the agenda.
Move to adopt the agenda as presented.
Support.
Any questions or comments on the agenda? Call the roll, please.
Calhoun.
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crop.
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
York.
Yes.
Okay, this is the portion of the meeting where we invite the public to address the commission. All that we ask is that you come to the microphone, you give us your full name, your residential address, and you abide by our 3-minute rule. If you would like to address the commission at this time, feel free to come on up.
My name is Marilyn Hall. I live at 300 Clinton River Drive. Once I had this water meter put in that I was forced to put in by the city, I've had nothing but problems. I've replaced faucet in the shower, I've replaced my faucet in the kitchen, and I'm still having problems. And I'm just wondering if anyone else has had problems with the new meters, and I wonder, is it possible to get a new meter?
Gloria Haller, 260 Cass. Wow. You were slow about it, but you caught up to me 10 years ago. I researched the city income tax because if y'all remember, I used to work at the IRS, okay? And and then I stumbled on, I found out why we kept running into a stone wall. The odd couple, Bobby Hill and Quinny Cody, had this little deal going that Quinny wouldn't do that to the county. And for a long time, that held. And every time anybody tried to do anything, it got blocked. And I've done a number of studies trying to get Mount Clemens to a point where it's something other than a cesspool. When I did a very thorough, comprehensive study for the city income tax. And at that time, it was being down-talked by a lot of members of the commission because well, they'd pay a lot, and they didn't want to do it. And then I began to get on to the people to say, if I could get the commission to put 2 things on at the same time, finally get off their dead rear ends and roll back that millage to 15 from like it was supposed to be, put that on the ballot, first to vote on, yeah, we'll vote on that. Anybody go for a 25% tax increase, right? ad go to everybody. Of course, then if you're gonna kick it a city income tax, and there's some people gonna end up paying in the end, and it's gonna be a net loss. But people that I used to talk to about it that used to blow me off, I've been saying, wow, yeah, geez, you were right, yeah. And fixed and low income, get a 25% income tax drop, wow, or property tax drop, then great. And because they have no filing requirement, they're home free. So when you go to present it to people, make sure they understand that. And don't try to poison the water like you have all along, okay? So, really glad to hear him. I contacted all 83 counties in Michigan, and I called the only counties and cities that didn't find the city income tax any good were Pontiac, Highland Park, and Detroit. Everybody else was somewhere between fair to middle and whoa, yeah, boy, it really was a boost. And I look at it this way, if you just get a city income tax going, maybe we can get our 25% property tax that you promised us that you failed to produce so far. Which brings up what I originally came here to talk about tonight, is I need a letter to take with us explaining that action, if any, is being taken to roll back millage from 20 to 15, or come right out and say in the letter that there are no plans for the promised rollback. Okay, because we're consulting with an attorney.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission?
Name's Eric Super. I am at 61 North Walnut, local business here. My main thing today is the homeless situation again. We are having multiple issues again. We are having multiple assaults across the street from our establishment. They are defecating on the all over the park. There are unseen events. I don't have the videos with me, but people do have the videos of what's going on. I'm not the only business that is having issues with this. There's multiple businesses. It's really starting to affect everything. I won't even walk my family through that park or through that area now. If that's the case, I grew up here, I lived here, I've been here 25 years. I recently moved about a year ago because of the, a couple things. The taxes, one, the water bills here are atrocious, and the safety factor of everything down here. We talked about it last time, we're gonna get on the county, county runs the police, this, that. It's time to, how is Rochester, how is Bloomfield Hills? They don't allow what's going on down here there. We're allowing it. They come here, and it's not like it's one group or 1 or 5, 10. It seems about every 2 to 3 weeks, it's a whole different clan that comes through. We go back, we're having issues, like I said, we're chasing them off our own porch. They're coming in my establishment, stealing my hand soaps, my towels, my stuff from my own business that we're paying for. And then, leaving the bathrooms, atrocious. So, I have to clean that up. My partner has to clean up. I don't make my employees do it a whole lot, but it shouldn't be happening. And it's more or less that we need a solution. There is no more, hey, I want to gripe up here, I want to complain about it. We need to fix this, or you are going to run businesses completely out of the city. If we have no businesses down here, we got nothing for your income. We don't have no draw down here. And I've talked to multiple people that said no, I don't want to come there, or they won't walk through the park, or they won't walk down the streets, or vice versa. Again, we need a solution. We need it. We don't nodding heads and okay, we're going to do stuff. It's beyond that point now. It's beyond that point. I watched 2 people go to the hospital 2 weeks ago from across the street. What happened? There's a police report on it. You guys can all look it up. But again, I had my wife there. I got my family coming in. I have my clients. All my business people. I have my staff that is afraid to walk outside at night because of what goes on. I've watched the cops shush them out. They're back 5 minutes later. So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission at this time?
Kyle Bersiker. I'm Eric's partner at Your Mother's Foods and Spirits in Mount Clemens here, 61 North Walnut. I want to reiterate on that because it's been multiple times now that we've had to call the sheriffs. The sheriffs come by, they give it a quick look, and then they get back in their car and leave, and the problem still is there. I watched two other homeless people get assaulted by another homeless person to the point where they were both completely unconscious and bleeding from both of their eyes, to where we had to go over there and break it up and make sure it quit before the cops showed up. It's a huge problem. They're coming in, they're stealing our stuff out of the bathrooms, and I shouldn't have to police my bathroom in my own business in this city. It's ridiculous. We are already struggling. Every business that is a food establishment is struggling in this town. Between the construction, the parking, all the other stuff, we're like 40% down to where we almost want to give up. I don't want to give up. I love this city. I like the place, my establishment that I own, but it's getting out of control. I wanted to bring up something about, there was a food truck Monday the other day, and there was new food trucks right down the corner from us. We are struggling, and I feel like you guys brought competition to us on the slowest day of the week. When we're already struggling to break $1,000, the people that work at the court don't want to walk through the park in front of us any longer because of the other issues. It's to the point where we don't want to open on Mondays anymore. It's already a problem. We're already behind. We're struggling to pay our bills. Our water bill's atrocious, and I feel like we're not getting the help we need to move forward past the construction and everything else. We're already struggling, and it's just more of a struggle. Between me and Eric, we're there 80 hours a week, and we're not pulling a profit right now because of the struggles we already have, and it's becoming a huge problem for us as business owners down here. And it's not just us, it's every business owner that we talk to. All of the bars talk to each other, all the restaurants talk to each other, and we are all in the same boat. The parking thing, maybe open the main parking behind, like where Thai Orchid and all that stuff is, just so we have somewhere to park. Right now they have half of our alley tore up, so we can't get in and get deliveries and park our own cars in there. And then there's other business owners that don't have a permit and can't park there also, so that takes up all the street parking. And then when the street parking is taken up, we have no parking for customers. So maybe just as a temporary thing, just to give us a little bit of relief, maybe open that up as free parking, as just a suggestion. Because it's becoming a struggle, and now my customers don't want to walk a half a mile to come down to eat at my restaurant. And that's a problem. To where I can't get my customers to come in, and between that and the homeless things and everything else, we are really struggling to keep it together here. And our restaurant community as a whole is all feeling this same thing as we are. So I just wanted to reiterate on that. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission at this time? Okay, seeing no others, we will move on to administrative responses to issues or questions raised during previous meetings. Mr. Shipman.
Thank you. All right, at the August 18th, 2025 commission meeting, during public comment, the following questions were asked. A resident asked if there was a plan in process to roll back the 2015 millage. Currently, there is no plan to roll back the 2015 millage. Same meeting, a resident of Kendrick Street wanted to know when the outdated sewage system will be replaced. I did answer this at the last meeting, but I will give the answer again. The city has directed the city engineer to look at separating the sewers throughout the entire city and provide associated costs to accomplish this in a phased approach. I would expect that presentation to you the first or second meeting in October.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Shipman? Okay, moving to approval of minutes.
Move to approve the minutes as presented.
Questions or comments about the minutes? Seeing none, call the roll, please.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crop.
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
Yor.
Yes.
Calhoun.
Yes.
Okay, moving to 9A, call for public hearing for the downtown maintenance program.
I
I move the commission to set Monday, September 15th, 2025 as the date for the first public hearing for the downtown maintenance program.
Support.
Mr. Shipman?
The Downtown Maintenance Program assessment was initiated in 1981 at the request of downtown businesses. It is used to pay for sidewalk cleaning, snow removal, and other work within the assessment district. Rates for the assessment must be adopted annually. The adoption of the rates requires 2 public hearings. Administration is recommending the first public hearing for downtown maintenance to be set for Monday, September 15, 2025.
Okay, questions or comments for Mr. Shipman? Okay, call the roll, please.
Fournier. Yes. Crop.
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
Yor.
Yes.
Calhoun.
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Okay, 9B, water and sewer rates. Entertain a motion. Kind of. Well, I'll entertain the first motion.
These are all separate.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. A lot of motions.
If no one else is going to. I move to approve the retail water and sewer rates resolution as presented.
Support.
Now, Mr. Shipman.
The city's accounting firm, Plant Moran, completed the annual utility rate study that included retail water and sewer rates, wholesale water rates, and District D wholesale sewer rates. The rates were based upon the operating expenditures and capital outlay as shown in the 2025-26 fiscal year budget and approved by the City Commission. Attached are 5 rate sheets prepared by Plant Moran with their proposed rates and recommendations. The first sheet addresses retail water and sewer rates. Plant Moran recommends a water consumption rate of $6.04 per unit and water fixed monthly service charge of $11.10. And those are all based on 5/8 meter. Plant Moran recommends a sewer consumption rate of $7.36 per unit and a sewer fixed monthly service charge of $10.35. Again, that's on a 5/8 meter. Overall, the average increase to residential consumers will be $2.28 per month. This is based on a monthly usage of 2.5 units per month. City of Mount Clemens water and sewer system is actively undergoing a radical change. Instead of treating its own water, the city will soon shutter the water treatment plant and join the Great Lakes Water Authority. The city has obtained numerous grants and loans from the state of Michigan, which include a sizable amount of debt forgiveness. In addition to the construction work that will be performed in order to join GLWA, the city also has a significant backlog of other capital projects that need to be performed over the next several years for both the water and sewer systems, including water main replacements, sewer main replacements, hydrants, lead service lines. We have to rebuild the sewer clarifier, the biosolids handling upgrades, pump station upgrades, building roofs, and many more. Plant Moran is also recommending water supply wholesale rates per MCF for Clinton Township of $62.78 and Harrison Township of $57.06. The water supply wholesale rate per MCF for Selfridge Air National Guard Base will remain the same this year at $45.91 per their contract. In addition, the following rate increases are also recommended. Recommended District D wholesale sewer rate per MCF of $32.83. Factor and septic hauler rates are the same as the prior year. Miscellaneous fees, the final water bill, water fill service, cross-connection program, and industrial pretreatment program fees will remain the same as the prior year.
Okay, who's got the first questions?
First, I'd like to say thank you for sending me the additional stuff comparing us to local communities and what the old
Thank
rates
Brian.
were, and new
Brian
rates and
put that
everything.
together quick for you, so.
Well, I appreciate it.
And we also the commission has discussed these rates during budget sessions. I mean, we looked at this. And also, this has been a part of our 5-year plan, right? It's our 5-year, and why we did the rip the Band-Aid approach in the first year, if I use Brian's term. So this would be a much smaller increase because of that. And our model is still holding true. Okay. Okay. And does anybody have any questions?
Just a statement, yeah, I think you covered it well. You know, we have a lot of projects that we're working on, a lot of infrastructure needs. None of us want to raise the water rates. We understand, you know, how difficult it is for residents and businesses. But there's no other way for us to get this work done. And so with the infrastructure needs we have, you know, I have to vote yes on this because of that. And it just, I feel, you know, I feel bad that it has to happen, but that's how it works.
I don't think anybody wants to do this. None of us like it, but it's kind of caught up with us here in this city. It just, you get to a point where you have to do these infrastructure projects in order to make sure that the residents have clean, safe water. And it's really hard. And I know if we had a choice, we would choose differently, but we really don't. I mean, we're really between the proverbial rock and a hard place here. We have to get this done, and we can't shirk the responsibility to get it done either. And so that's kind of where we got to, and we had to do it. We've had some extensive discussions about this during budget season, because you have to budget for it, right? And budgets have to be turned in July.
Yeah, I think we all want everyone to hear that we've struggled with this, you know, of raising rates and doing the rip the Band-Aid approach, you know, trying to make it hurt less as we move forward, you know, has good rationale, but it's going to hurt all of us. We're all residents, and just having just heard from the businesses, it makes it extra hard to vote yes on this. But there is no way around this. So we'll look for other ways to help. But this feels non-negotiable, even though I don't like it.
Although we should say this goes across the board. Also, all of the businesses that are nonprofits and the county and the hospitals, this affects all of them, not just the residents. So we are, you know, not just saying to the residents or the businesses. I mean, it affects so many others that taxation does not affect, where they don't have to pay taxes, but they do have to pay for the water and the sewer. So
It's kind of spreading the burden.
it is. That's what I mean, that's the good part of this, if there's any good part of any time you increase anything, but it does spread the burden to everyone, not just the residents and the local businesses.
It's a very good point.
Can I have one more thing?
Yes, please.
And while raising the rates is not the most positive thing, what you mentioned, what's positive, the other thing is we need to get these capital projects done. These capital projects will improve the quality of life and our systems. So that is the silver lining, but it's something that needs to be done. This money is going directly to covering that. So
And water and sewer projects are not like fancy or fun, but when it doesn't work correctly, you're real
It's not
glad
fun.
that those projects are gonna get done. Yes.
Ultimately, these will improve efficiency because it'll reduce water loss also, which will become an even greater problem once it's not our water. But again, it's silver lining on a rate increase, so it's still
Yep.
not great. But I do believe it is necessary.
Well, sounds like everybody's had their piece. Everybody good? All right, call the roll, please.
Crop,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes?
Yor,
Yes.
Calhoun,
yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier. Yes.
Okay, I will entertain another motion.
I move to approve the wholesale water rates resolution as presented.
Support.
Questions or comments on the wholesale water rates? Call the roll, please.
Rick,
Yes.
York,
Yes.
Calhoun,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crap.
Yes. The third,
I move to approve the District D wholesale sewer rate resolution as presented.
Support.
questions, comments? Call the roll.
Rick,
Yes.
York,
Yes.
Calhoun,
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crap.
Yes. And number 4,
I move to approve the Vector and septic hauler rates resolution as presented.
Support.
did you get that, Kath? Which one? Okay.
Yep.
Questions, comments?
Are hauler rates comparable to the surrounding areas?
I mean, we're kind of the only game in town,
No.
so,
Yeah.
So yes.
so yes.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Questions, comments? I guess I will ask, they've increased since the new facility.
They increased last year, they did not increase this year. It's been quite a challenge to get the switch over. They've endured quite a bit of challenges with the switch over, so we felt like we'd give them a year off on an increase and look at this again next year.
All right. Everybody good? Call the roll, please.
York,
Yes.
Calhoun,
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crap.
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Okay, and last but not least,
Your turn, Spencer.
you're back. We're back to you.
I move to approve the miscellaneous fees resolution as presented.
Support.
Questions, comments? Call the roll, please.
Calhoun,
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crap.
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
York.
Yes.
Okay, 9C, purchases and payments.
Move to approve purchases and payments of invoices as presented.
Support.
And Mr. Shipman.
As I said, it's a night of guests, so I will start with the first item on your approved purchase list, and that's from Nickel and Saff. It's time for annual insurance renewal. And you can see that that did go up since the previous year, so I asked Steve if he could come in and talk a little bit about why maybe that went up and answer any questions that you have.
It's insurance, it just always goes up.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, members of the commission. I'm Steve Saff Jr. with Nickel and Saff Insurance. You have before you the annual renewal. Cutting to the chase, as Mr. Shipman made reference, we have a 7.21% increase this year. I am pleased with that in relationship to the 12.89% increase we had last year. We're seeing this going in the right direction. The account has experienced some performance issues that we're keeping an eye on. And in general, the industry, I think, is coming out of the hardening market. We're seeing more capacity being offered and rates beginning to stabilize in the commercial lines. So we're not seeing the double-digit rate increases. We're not seeing carriers turning risk away. We're not seeing carriers refusing to offer greater limits. And in relationship to the plan provided, this is a renewal. This will be the fourth year with the Trident program. We've had the city with other programs in the past. This is a program that concentrates specifically in the public entity marketplace. They have approved Mr. Huth's firm for the defense of all casualty or liability claims. And prepared to answer any questions.
Could you, oh,
go ahead.
well, I did have one question on the certified acts of terrorism, as we pointed it out here on the table, but in your narrative that you gave us, it's optional?
It is.
Could you just explain why we think we need to do that?
It's a tax, and so therefore you have to make a decision on an annual basis. It's basically funding a federal government backstop in case there's a catastrophic declared terrorist act, that the insurance companies would go for relief for high cost, high dollar amount losses. When the federal government first wrote the act, the act was limited to foreign terrorist acts. And as things happen in Washington, they've amended the act and they expanded it by including domestic terrorist acts. So at the outset, we were pretty non-committed about the foreign terrorist acts, particularly here in our region. But as they expanded the act, we undertook the position to make the recommendation that our insureds secure it. So it is an elective, but it's something that we turn around, or the insurance company turns around and cuts a check to the feds to fund for the hope for never occurring.
Okay, so it's paid out to Washington then? at the
Yes.
end. Interesting.
They adopted the program years and years ago in Great Britain when they had the problem between England and Ireland, and there were bombings and problems with the Irish Republican Army. The Parliament adopted a program where they were taxing insurance policies so the domestic insurance carriers would have some relief. They had these things occurring in public places, and the expense was beginning to be unmanageable for some of the carriers. So we looked across the pond, apparently, and modeled the program in DC based upon what they originally created in Great Britain.
Interesting.
My question was, we are down a building, and yet it's going up. So I didn't see any relief really in there.
There was some relief last year when we had the refund check for the deletion of the ice arena.
Okay.
But again, as time progresses with the renewal, we've increased values by another 4%. We've had, there was a small vehicle increase, of course, equipment increases, so we're monitoring, and this is evolving as we go on an annual basis and review the information. So we've had increases from the perspective of the exposure along with the rate itself.
I see. Anybody
But we
else?
did remove the,
The ice rink.
yeah, and we added a building too over at the sewer treatment facility.
Oh, the septic,
Yeah.
Yeah.
septic receiver station.
Yeah, we added that also.
Much smaller building,
Complex building.
with a
So-
lot less people skating with sharp
Hopefully no
blades
one's
on their
getting
feet.
sharp.
All right, does anybody else have any questions?
Okay,
Okay, go ahead.
the current insured value for the docks out there on the river
Right,
is they say the value is basically 1.6 million.
yeah, replacement value, yeah.
Oh, it's
The reason I
replacement.
point that out, Commissioner Cormier, is historically, we couldn't insure the docks. We couldn't insure the electrical service, and everything was out there. There was no coverage afforded. And when we started working with Trident, they didn't have a problem with that.
Oh, okay.
So when we first presented this, that was historically something we did not insure.
But the bridges are not covered.
No,
If someone,
we had the bridges covered for a period of time, but because of the condition of the Cass Crocker Bridge, we couldn't find a carrier that would continue to offer coverage for that bridge, and at that time, the commission decided to forego coverage for both. So there's liability coverage if someone is injured as a
Okay.
result of
That's good.
being in proximity to the bridge. There's the casualty coverage for the 15 million or 10 million, 10 million on liability, but we're not covering property physical damage to the bridge any longer. And at the time we did it, it had like a $250,000 deductible, so it was really a catastrophic situation.
right. Okay.
Hopefully we get the grant.
Yes, hopefully.
All right, anybody else have any questions or comments? Call the roll, please.
Dempsey.
Oh, sorry,
Are we-
sorry, Marie.
Oh, so are we
Yeah.
voting on?
Marie, I'm sorry,
But
Fishback.
Steve, I just want to thanks for coming in, and you
Yes,
always
very
make
much.
yourself available for us, anything we need, so thank you for that.
Well, thank you. Got to take care of my hometown.
All right, sorry, Maria. Didn't mean to forget you.
All right, so item number 4 on purchases and payments. You all had a tour of the biosolids handling
Just
Phase
answer my
1,
question.
and we talked about how we wanted to move to Phase 2, which then makes that a lot safer, and what it does is it allows us to dump this in a lot more places that are a lot cheaper than we can now.
Oh, so
And-
this is for Phase 2.
This is for Phase 2, so it turns out that there are many different options and ways to do this, so you need to find the one that works best for your plant and our setup. So we thought that the next reasonable step is to go in and have a study done and decide what is the best option for us moving forward. And so this isn't something that people design every day. This is a very specialty item, and Fishbeck has done a few of these, so they were the logical choice. So Maria's here to talk about that a little bit and answer any questions you have.
Good evening. So yeah, as Mr. Shipman said, this is Phase 2. So the first step is to do a study. Right now, the first phase, Q presses were installed, and those reduce the sludge to about 80% water, 20% solids. Think of it as a pudding texture. Sorry, my apologies for the graphics. But the next phase is to look at to see if we can dewater it even more. Ideally, we'd like to get it to 70% solids, and that would be a texture of sort of like a little bit wet soil, moist soil, not so much wet, moist soil. So the idea is that the more water you take out of the sludge, obviously the lower the volume, and cheaper to haul it to a landfill, or even look at other options, maybe even use it for fertilizer, for sod farms, or if possible. So the idea here is to do a study and see what options are out there for your waste. Sludge varies from treatment plant to treatment plant. We need volume matters, which process to use. The content of the sludge matters. And also the room available at the plant to install one of these matters. So different processes require different setups, different access points, discharge points. So the first phase is to look at the options, provide which ones work for you, the capital cost for the viable options, plus the O&M cost, because there is going to be a big O&M factor in this, and look at that and see which one makes the most sense compared to what you have today. The end product is we come up with some recommendations, and then if you like them, go to the next phase, would be to design it, and then build it.
So the goal is to reduce the water so we can get rid of it.
Excuse me.
Get rid of it easier, and it will be cheaper then,
Yep.
and we could even make money on it if we sold it for fertilizer.
Well, at best, selling it is tough, but at best, giving it away.
Giving it away, okay.
Giving it away so at least you don't have to pay for hauling it.
Okay, okay.
Yes. You know,
We should-
not
I
many
mean-
have been able to sell it, but if you can break even and just have sod farms come pick it up, or, you
Okay.
know, facilities like that, but something like that would be the ideal situation. But somewhere between cheaper, hauling it at a less cost, to breaking even.
Maria, what's it called when you buy the bag of it at, it starts with an M,
Yeah,
right?
it's,
Milorganite.
Milorganite,
That-
yeah.
So
Right.
that
We bought
is-
some from Menards from Minneapolis.
Yes, they're the only ones that have been able to make some kind, and I'm not sure they're actually making it a lot of money, but,
Yeah.
yeah.
It
That's,
made our grass grow
yes.
really well.
Well, you can get the first haul of it.
You and
Laura.
You can have the pudding stuff. if you
Ah.
want.
You can have that today. We're like,
Thank you.
Bring your own truck though, right?
schedule-wise, we'd like to get, if approved, we'd get started immediately and probably have a report by end of the year, early next year, and then go from there. Any questions? Other questions?
This is in the budget? Okay,
Of course.
just checking.
All right. Anybody else? Questions, comments? All right, now, has everyone presented?
Yes.
Okay. All right, anybody else? Questions or comments? Last call. Call the roll, please.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crop.
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
Yor.
Yes.
Calhoun.
Yes.
Okay, moving to consent agenda.
Move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Call the roll, please.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crop.
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
Yor.
Yes.
Calhoun.
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Okay, city manager's report, Mr. Shipman.
The city and Anton Art Center recently partnered on an America 250 History Grant to refurbish downtown art pieces owned by the Art Center and received a $36,000 grant award. The Art Center will be managing the project with the city acting as the fiduciary. The grant program is administered by the Michigan History Center, which is part of the Department of Natural Resources. For more information about the committee and the country's upcoming semi-quincentennial, try that one, please visit www.america250mi.org. Reminder that refuse pickup will run one day behind schedule from Monday, September 1st through Saturday, September 6, 2025. A concrete patching project is set to begin on September 2nd, 2025 on Hubbard from North Avenue to Eldridge Street. This project is expected to be completed, weather depending, in mid-November 2025. A reminder, property taxes are due on Monday, September 15th. Any remaining balance after that date will incur a 4% penalty. Over recreation, seniors, are you looking for some time to shoot some hoops, play volleyball, kick a soccer ball around, or do some walking? Come over to Carnes Community Center every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And for kids, Open Books 2, Open Gym is back. Come over to Carnes Community Center every Wednesday from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Finish your homework or read a book and then enjoy some free play in the gym. Carnes Community Center is located at 58 Orchard Street. The Mount Clemens City Clerk's Office is the recipient of grants from the state of Michigan and the Michigan Association of Municipal Clerks totaling $7,500. The money will fund new precinct laptops and ADA-compliant materials for Precinct 1. Our community events, we have the Uptown Friday Night Concert, Friday, September 5th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., featuring M1 Jazz Collective, which is 40s, 50s, and 60s music. The 33rd Annual Mount Clemens Grand Prix Soapbox Derby Style Race will be held on Saturday, September 6, 2025. The race is held on the Crocker Boulevard Bridge. The Mount Clemens Fire Department Annual Soapbox Derby Pancake Breakfast will be held on September 6, 2025 from 7:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the fire station located at 2 Dickinson. And Uptown Friday Night Concert, Friday, September 12th, featuring Soul Commission with Kathleen Murray. All concerts are on the main stage on Macomb Place across from O'Halloran's. And lastly, we have the Fall Art and Craft Show, Saturday, September 13th, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Sunday, September 14th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's on Macomb Place across from the Anton Art Center. There'll be live entertainment on both days. For information on any of the events, call 586-469-4168.
Anyone have questions for Mr. Shipman? Hearing none, we'll move to public participation. This is the second opportunity where we allow the public to address the commission. All that we ask is that you come to the microphone, give us your full name, residential address, and you abide by our 2-minute rule.
Gloria Heller, 260 Cass. First, let me say the same thing here that I've told people who have called me or come to the door or sent an email or a text, because they are concerned about the Hackle and Crop plans about the waterfront and the City Hall move. I've told them, as I'll tell you now, get an attorney to file an injunction stopping the activity until the residents are consulted. You are a group that's supposed to represent your residents, and you sit up here, what the hell? Now, that proposed moves to City Hall. Why haven't you held town hall meetings to get residents' input? Are we chopped liver or don't exist or invisible? That damn riverfront out there, that belongs to the residents. It doesn't belong to Hackle. And incidentally, where, when, and how did the political kissy-face relationship between Mayor Kropp and the county executive happen? I mean, he peeps and she genuflects. What's with that? We don't give him everything he wants. He's a county executive, not God. He's not elected, he's not a king, and she's not a queen. You need to talk with us. Now, when state, and I'm glad she's here to hear this, State Representative Menser was on City Commission, she had the foresight and intelligence to advocate for hanging on to our water plant. And she also, she tried to affect a similar thing with the waterfront in the city hall, but she had the decency and the integrity
Thank you.
to set it aside.
Thank you.
You might try it yourself.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission at this time? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and move on to commissioner comments. Commissioner Rick.
Thank you, Mayor. First, thank you to everyone who was here today. Please keep bringing us your concerns and recommendations. We do hear them, we do take them seriously, and when problems are presented, we do try to address them. You may not always see it, but if you have issues with something that is a contracted service that is not being performed to the contracted standard, please continue to let us know so that our city manager and staff can more aggressively ensure the contract is executed accordingly. With that being said, I'd like to thank everyone who is involved in putting on the horseshoe tournament over at Shadyside. It's very cool to have that kind of event here in Mount Clemens, and looking forward to seeing what other events are coming up. I know there was a lot of departments involved in making that happen, but big shout out to Recreation. I'd like to thank Commissioner McGarity and the school district for organizing the clap-in over at the Mount Clemens schools, and I hope Commissioner McGarity is feeling better soon. I'd also like to welcome all the students for all of our schools back to class. I'd like to thank all of our presenters and thank the city manager for getting all of these people here on these complicated schedules to give us all this additional information. I do appreciate it. Of course, thank you, Representative Menser, for your continued support to the city. The Mount Clemens Santa Parade is starting to build up for its 50th. We're looking for people to participate in the parade, volunteers. If you're looking for any more information, it's available on mountclemenssantaparade.com, or just contact any of the committee members. We'll be happy to point you in the right direction. Speaking of committees, several of our city committees, commissions, and boards have openings, and if you're interested in serving the city on one of those, please contact the city, check our website, or call 586-469-6800 for more information. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Calhoun.
Uncharacteristically short today. Family. Oh, you got extra ones? Family Youth Interventions and I are working on our community cookout event on September 13th. Oh, look at that. From 2 to 6 p.m. It'll be a great event. We've got a lot of great vendors coming and good food, so it'll be fun for everybody. And also, Family Youth Interventions offers free basic haircuts on the first Saturday and Monday of the month. Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and Mondays, 5 to 7:30 p.m. at 2 Crocker Boulevard. For youth experiencing homelessness or housing instability. Sorry, I know the barbering. Yes, it is for youth ages 12 to 25. So it's a really great program for folks who are going through that, who might need that assistance. Yeah. And speaking of back to school, I have homework to do when I get home. And that is why my comments are short.
Okay, no pressure. Commissioner Dempsey.
The Mount Clemens Community Coalition for Youth and Families. We're having our meeting this Wednesday at 6 o'clock at 155 Cass Avenue at the high school. And we'd love to see some new faces come. And I understand you have school on Wednesdays. Spence came last time. We hope we were able to keep him, but apparently he decided to take a class instead, so. But we will be calling you. So please, if this is really a very important committee. We're dealing with all of our youths and different facets of the city, what we can do to promote the school, not necessarily the school, but our youth, and getting involved with the businesses. We're going to be having Real Talk, which is really important for the students. So we really need a lot more people to get on board and help us out with this. So I'm encouraging people to come. Besides, we're a nice group. Crocker House, have to say that I am so excited. Our cemetery walk is pretty much sold out. There's only a few spots left, and this has never happened before, but we decided to go high-tech, and we put it out on the internet, and people have been just buying tickets and calling, so we're really excited. And there are some spots left, so if you're sitting on the fence, get this week and get those tickets and that, and we appreciate your support. The only thing I'd like to say about tonight is I do hope that we can have some sort of meeting or something with the Sheriff's Department about the downtown. I mean, I feel so bad for that part, with that park. I've been downtown and I've seen it myself in the evenings, and it is frightening to come out of there and see what's going on. And, you know, I will not park on Main Street to go through town. I try to park wherever I can on Walnut. But it absolutely, these people are having some tough times right now with everything else that's going on. I hope that we can do something, even if it's allowing their employees to park in the Cherry Street Mall. But we need to do something. We need to keep our businesses and show that we are supporting them and our community, because the businesses, if they're not going to get the business and the things that are going on, people aren't going to go downtown. The residents aren't going to go downtown, and neither is anybody else. So we need to really come up with a solution, and this is something we need to work on right now, not 6 months from now, not 3 months from now, but right now. So I would be more than happy to be available for any type of discussions, anything that we're going to be doing to remedy some of these issues that they're having. I do really feel bad for them. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, go ahead, you want a mulligan?
Yes. We do have the sheriff coming in a couple of weeks, right?
That's too long.
Yeah,
Get it
I think if you want to do this, because I was thinking the same thing, we're just going to have a special
Yeah.
work session, right?
Yeah. Not wait 2
work
weeks.
session, 'cause,
Have one next Monday or something.
We're booked up on our work sessions anyway, so.
We gotta have a special, yeah, something.
Thank you. Commissioner Fournier?
I totally agree with you, Commissioner Dempsey. If, 2 weeks ago, we were at the, I shouldn't even say it, but at one of the concerts, but to go around, and you have to go all the way down because of the construction, there were some complaints, one that my daughter-in-law saw directly, and it's a deterrent. I mean, you don't want to, walk all the way around. You don't want to when these people just don't respect others. And it's one thing to be homeless, and I feel terrible for many of them, but it's another thing to do some of the things in public that they do, and that's a whole different problem. So I would certainly advocate as soon as possible that we have that meeting with the sheriff and see what we can do. On a lighter note, to add to the September reschedule, everyone, remember that the art party is on Thursday, the 18th. We have raffle tickets if anyone wants any, and it's a great time. I hope to see everyone there. It is our only fundraiser for the Art Center, and it's very important. So come and have a good time and support the Art Center. And welcome back to all the students. As I said earlier, my granddaughter started kindergarten. That's the youngest granddaughter. And students from 5, or lower than that, all the way up to adult students. I mean, we're all back to school now, so I miss that kind of, I like taking classes. But good luck to all of you, and be safe. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner York?
Thank you. I guess we will all try and embrace fall and start getting into that mindset. So welcome back to school, everyone who's going back. And thank you for the presentations tonight, and also City Manager for setting up those. It's really helpful. I know I learned a lot tonight, so I appreciate that. And the people who come out and come to the microphone, I do appreciate hearing from you. It gives us an added focus, but as much as I don't like adding more meetings to our agenda, I support that we do this one as soon as possible, have the conversation, find out I think the business owners and the people who are feeling uncomfortable in our downtown need to know that we're doing something now and not later. So we will look for some solutions there. I totally lost. Oh, and I mean, those who came to the microphone, we did hear some solutions proposed about parking. We heard some feedback on a food truck. I think all those things are helpful. There's several sides to everything that we're trying in the city, but as we're planning a welcome back and look at our new downtown and all that great stuff that we're planning for, I think we need to listen to some of the suggestions also and see what we can do to show our support. I think that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you. On Tuesday, September 9th and Thursday, September 11th, I'll be holding coffee talks again. September 9th is at 9:30 a.m. at John's Family Grill. September 11th at 6:30 p.m. Black Cat Coffee. So if you want to chat about what's going on in Mount Clemens, we'll glad to hear you. I think after the presentation at the work session, I want to thank Dave and his crew for keeping City Hall and the fire station and our facilities that are aging and a mess. I really want to thank him for trying to make sure that it's still a good and safe place to come to work every day. I am looking forward to all of the events in the next 2 weeks. We have an incredibly full schedule, as all of you have mentioned, so many of them. I too will add that the State of the City is September 17th. That speech will be at 3 p.m. at the Emerald Theater. Tickets are available at connectmacomb.com. And then the rest of the public, for a free event, can join us for a city crawl to promote these businesses, and a lot of them are going to be involved in the city crawl after the speech, and then we will be starting at 5 p.m. for the city crawl and ending at Madison's, where Kathleen Murray will be entertaining us from 5 to 8 p.m. And I want to thank Representative Menser again. I know I did it already, but you've done a heck of a job, so thank you very much for bringing all this back to us. And the Rotary Park situation and the homeless situation in general, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but we have talked with the sheriff multiple times. We have asked for a solution. We have asked for foot patrols. We have, so I think it is time to do exactly as you're saying, to call them into a meeting and say, we need a solution. And I am not asking them to solve homelessness, but I am asking to make our downtown safe. And I know that there are many downtowns in this vicinity, in the Tri-County area, that are safe. They mentioned a few. And I am sure that if we all put our heads together, we can come up with a solution. And so I hope that, we all come with ideas and with what we've heard, and I hope the sheriff will as well. But we pay a lot of money for county services to the sheriff, and I don't feel as though the problem is being addressed properly. And I don't believe anyone at this table feels confident in saying that the sheriff is doing everything possible. So So I'm looking forward to that decision. And I too had a first-year college student, broke my heart, first-year high schooler. So I want to say congratulations to everybody who started the year and who is extending their education and going for it. It's an exciting time. I always liked new school supplies. So with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Don't forget the 9/11 ceremony down on Main Street.
Oh, thank you, Denise. Yes. I'll give you the mulligan. Commissioner Rick, go ahead. Did you have it on there?
No, it wasn't on my list.
Oh, okay. September 11th.
Yeah.
What time? 7 PM? Okay.
Down on Main Street. in front of
6:30? Oh, okay, so
6:30.
if you're late to my coffee talk, which is also at 6:30, I'll understand. All right, very good. I will, with that, seeing no other business, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Any questions, comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Like, I always do better